Well, it was a pleasant night at the at the Hampton Inn in western West Virginia. The Spyder started up, no trouble at all. It's as warm as it's going to get today, believe it or not, along the whole route. I think it's like 60 right now. The Spyder says 64, but you know, that's notoriously high. I think I looked at my phone earlier and I think it was like 59 degrees. And it's going to just get colder as we move south. Now, I think it'll end up this afternoon being right about this temperature, high 50s, maybe 60 in Rock Hill, South Carolina. But we'll be a couple of hundred, well, 300 or so miles south of here at that time. So we're going to jump back on Interstate 79, and the next stop on the journey is the New River Gorge. We're going to go over the New River Gorge Bridge. I'm going to stop in. There's like a visitor center there. I'm going to check that out, and I'll take you along with me. You'll notice I have my rain gear on, and both top and bottom. But today we're going to go to, the first stop will be the New River Gorge Bridge. That should be just fantastic. That bridge holds a number of records. I don't know, like the longest suspension or the tallest suspension or the tallest steel truss bridge. You know, there are so many different categories, but it is a sight to see. I've never been over it. This will be our first time over that bridge, you and I, or at least for me. You might have been over before, but I haven't. Then we're going to go through a couple of tunnels in Virginia. We're going to go through the Big Walker Tunnel. We're going to go through, is it Bear Mountain? There's a couple of tunnels we're going to go through. We're going to go by Charlotte, North Carolina, big bustling city. So this should be a good ride. And I'll pick it up at the New River Gorge. So the New River Gorge Bridge is fast approaching in a few miles. I just want to talk a little bit about the fault code, the suspension fault code. So when you're on the side of the road and you're Googling, you're kind of in a panic, you're trying to read comments on the iPhone from that short that I posted, it can get confusing. And so when I said yesterday that I Googled and the issue was a brake light circuit something or other, I don't know where I got that. Maybe I entered the wrong code in Google, but when I got to my hotel last night and things were a little calmer, I was able to digest better all the comments on that YouTube short that I posted, and as well as do more Googling. And it looks like the suspension fault, which is not there, you can see there's no amber exclamation point, but it is related, as some of you pointed out, to something to do with the suspension. You know, the RT Limited has like an automatic leveler, and it adjusts the compression, the air, I guess. There's a compressor that adjusts it automatically based on weight. Now that I think about it, I've got maybe 15 pounds of gear on the passenger seat. I don't know, could that have caused that? But it's gone. It's not there anymore. In fact, when we get to this visitor center, what I'm going to do is go back and try to retrieve that fault code. I did it yesterday after it cleared. It was gone. We'll see if it resurrected. Now, of course, I'm talking about it. With my luck, it might just reappear, but I think I might be in luck here. I did not either have time or even a desire to call my dealer, because my guess is because it had cleared, they wouldn't really know how to advise me other than bring it in, which is not going to happen for the next 3 weeks. So I will tell you right now, you'll see this is a straightaway, but all morning long and all yesterday afternoon, West Virginia is nothing but twisties. It's just beautiful. Even on the interstate like this. I need to get in the left lane. This is awfully bumpy. Even on this interstate, we're no longer on 79. This is called 19, which is like a cut through. But even the interstate was like, you couldn't take your eye off the road for a full minute. Well, you should never do that, but I mean, the twisties were constant. It is just beautiful. And I probably would be doing more filming on this riding, even with the 360, if the trees were in bloom. You know, in about a month from now, I'm shooting this video on, this is March 20th, and in a month from now, these trees are all going to start to pop with their blooming, and I'll bet it's beautiful. And in the fall, I just can't even imagine this road with these mountains and these beautiful trees in full bloom. I can't even imagine. Another thing I want to mention is, and it relates to tire pressure. So I think some of you know, because I've shot a whole video on it, but I bought an accessory which I highly recommend for Spyders, particularly because that rear tire is so difficult to check the pressure on. But it's the Fobo, F-O-B-O, Foxtrot, Oscar, Bravo, Oscar, Bike 2. And it's basically a tire pressure monitoring system that connects to your phone. You screw on these little stem valve. Oh my gosh. So it rained very briefly earlier, so I'm glad I have the rain gear on. I'm also glad I have it on because it's in the 50s, but it rains briefly and then it stopped, and now it's starting again. But anyway, back to tire pressure. So there's an app on the phone. It connects to the stem valve caps that you screw on your tires, and it makes it so easy and convenient to check your tire pressure. And so I've been checking it a lot, and here's something I discovered. So you hear about cold tire pressure, and that's when you want to check the tires when you haven't been riding. So I've been on the interstate for, I don't know, an hour and a half. I wouldn't want to check my tire pressure right now because the friction heat is going to elevate that tire pressure. But I didn't really realize until just the past week how ambient temperature, the temperature in the atmosphere, also affects the tires. But anyway, ambient tire pressure also affects it. I've got the screenshots from that Fobo Bike 2 accessory to prove what I'm about to tell you. I don't think I'll have to prove it, but so a couple of mornings ago, yesterday morning, 2 mornings ago, I washed the Spyder thoroughly, and in the morning it was 30 degrees. When I checked the tire pressure, the Spyder hadn't been driven in at least 2 hours, and oh no, I haven't been paying attention. Okay, so we are now on the new River Gorge Bridge, but I am going to go back because I passed, when I was talking to you, what I wanted to do. There's like a scenic pull-off and a visitor center, and I passed it unintentionally, but we're going to go back. I hope it's not too difficult to do a U-E up here. But anyway, back to tire pressure. We're going to get a good look at this bridge, believe me. And I'm going to use the 360 camera, although now with the rain, I don't know. But anyway, it's 30 degrees. The Spyder hadn't been driven in at least, let's say, 12 hours. The tires were cold. And the pressures were, in the fronts, 18.5, and in the back, 26.5, roughly. Oh, I should have done the UE right there. That's what I wanted to do. And of course, there's a sign here that I can't do it here. Son of a gun. But anyway, the Spyder was in the driveway because I wanted to wash it, and I did wash it. I gave it a good thorough washing. Can I do a UE here? A few hours later, I washed the bike. The temperature warmed up into the 40s. By afternoon, it got up to 60 degrees. The temperature doubled. Sorry about this mishap, but the temperature doubled. I'm glad, actually, because I can tell you what I wanted to talk to you about anyway. To 60 degrees. I checked the tire pressure. The fronts were at 20 and the rear was at 28. So the question is that the tire pressure went up by, 1.5 pounds. You can calculate what the percentage is. What was the true cold tire pressure? Was it at factory recommended 20.5 in the fronts, 28 in the back? Which I want to be a little below that. And it's because when I had my rear tire replaced, the tire was in good shape on the outside, but on the inside, it was worn. And so I guess I never really thought about how ambient tire pressure affects it. Okay, so what we want to do is check out this visitor center. It's just horrible that it's raining right now because I want to walk down to this. We're not going to spend a lot of time here. Okay, right quarter mile. I don't know how I missed this. I get distracted easily. As you know, if you watch enough of my videos. Okay. You can spend a whole day here. This is like a state park here. But we're not going to spend a whole day here. We're traveling. Oh, wow. This visitor center looks awesome. Oh, wow. This really is nice. Okay. So I guess, so see how it says bridge? I guess we can walk that way, and we will. And the visitor center's that way. I'm going to just park right here. And I'm going to pick it up with the iPhone. Okay, so I hope you can hear me. I don't have my lav mic on, so I'm just talking into the iPhone speaker, and I hope you can hear me, and we're gonna walk out to the bridge. Oh wow, this is cool. This is awesome. I don't know if you can hear the traffic, but I can see the bridge. In fact, I'll zoom in right there. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but we're almost there. Hi. Look at that. Wow. Now, if you look, there are stairs that go all the way down. As far as I can see, I mean, it's way down there. I don't know how much time it would take, but I want to do it. You know, we've got places to go and people to see. Well, we don't have people to see, but we've got places to go. But, do I want to get winded and go all the way down there? Let's do it. Okay, we're almost, well, I think this is the bottom. If this isn't the bottom, this is the end of the show, because there's no way I can't spend all day here. I believe this is like, there's like a second platform. We're almost there, and this should be awesome. Wow. Yeah, this is it. Wow. This is terrific. You can see the railroad tracks. And there's the bridge. Unbelievable. Now I've got to walk back up. Okay, so it was a wet and soggy visit to the new River Gorge bridge, but that's okay. It was well worth it. We got to see a little bit of the visitor center and a little bit of the walkway down there. I know there are plenty of other paths around here. This is a national park. You could, like I said, you could spend like days here. Okay, let's see what this is like. Western Hemisphere's longest arch bridge, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to shut the cameras down. We're going to pick it up at the first of 2 tunnels we're going to go through as we enter the state of Virginia. I am so glad that I put my rain gear on this morning. And I'm so glad I kept it on when a light shower passed, because the past, I don't know, hour or so, until I pulled over for gas and had a little bite to eat, the hour before that was just punishing in terms of heavy rains. We are a few miles out from the first of our 2 tunnels, and we're about to enter the state of Virginia. Again, Virginia is just such a beautiful state in terms of these mountains. I guess that's why they call it the mountain state, right? West Virginia University, they're the mountaineers, right? But one thing I wanted to say, and the reason why I turned the camera on a little before the tunnel, which is coming up on us, but the fault code has resurfaced. When I shut down to get gas and stop for lunch, obviously it went away when I shut down. When I started back up, I went to retrieve the fault code, because I think I told you we were going to do that, and I forgot to do it back at the new River Gorge Visitor Center. I forgot to do it. And when I just went to search for it, there was no fault code. But it came up about, I don't know, about an hour into the ride this morning. So it has not gone away for good, but it's certainly intermittent. And I guess that's the real problem with these fault codes, Can-Am. When they're so intermittent, it makes it very difficult for a dealer. Like if I took it to the dealer and told them the problem, gave them the fault code, they'd say, well, you don't have a fault code. I don't know. It's frustrating. Okay, the tunnel is approaching 1 mile, and I believe that we crossed the state line either just after or just before the tunnel, or maybe while we're in the tunnel. The tunnel takes us through like a mountain ridge, and I believe that may be the border between West Virginia and Virginia. Okay, East River Mountain Tunnel. Here we go. I do not want to ride alongside this truck. I wish these cars in front of me would speed up a bit. So the elevation says 2,500 right now. That's as high as we've been all day. Oh, it's not moving, so I'll bet you the GPS is kind of, because we're in the tunnel, obviously, the satellites can't get to us. It'll be interesting to see what happens. 2554 right now. Let's see what happens when we come out of the tunnel and the GPS kicks in. Okay, it's 2554, let's see. And we're going to be going downhill. $24.05, 23.92. Yeah, so we're dropping. It's pretty cool though. But I believe the Virginia Welcome Center is just up ahead, and we'll stop there, check it out. I don't need to stop, but I just like to see the welcome centers. Some of them are more elaborate and sophisticated than others. It looks like the rain is, well, hopefully gone for good. When we get to this welcome center, I'm going to give the Spyder a nice wipe down. At least the windshield and some of the panels in the front, because otherwise those water droplets are going to keep spraying on me for a while. Okay, here's the sign. Rest area, Virginia Welcome Center, 1.5 miles. Terrific. Next rest area, 62 miles. That's quite a ways. On the New York State Thruway, they're about every 30 miles. And back in West Virginia, I was impressed with how many they had along the route that we were on, 79 and then into 77. 60 miles is a long haul. Okay, here we are. It's a nice little pavilion for a nice day. Not today, but although the sun is out, actually it looks like it's going to be a nicer day. It is still cold. The Spyder says 57, so it's probably 50. I'm going to just pull right in here. I'm going to wipe it down, and we'll pick it up at the next tunnel, which I believe is, oh, look how dirty. Ugh. The Spyder was as clean as it ever was when I left 2 days ago, but that's what rain will do for you. I'm going to wipe it down. We'll pick it up shortly. So this tunnel kind of snuck up on me, and I had to put the camera on the interstate, which with these gloves is a challenge. But so this is the Big Walker Mountain Tunnel. 2917 was the elevation when we went into it, which is, I think, the highest we've been. I've not been tracking the elevation a lot on this trip, but in Virginia, West Virginia, you hit some pretty high peaks. High for this part of the country. Some of you are probably saying, what? You climb Mount Washington. What about Mount Everest? Well, for the Appalachians, for West Virginia and Virginia, that's pretty high. Now, I don't know what the tallest peaks are. I know there are ski mountains in West Virginia that I believe are 4,000+ feet. So we've descended down from 29 something, 2911 to 2884. Interesting. No sign of the fault code of the suspension fault, but we know it will be returning haphazardly, but that's okay. The show must go on. So the next attraction will be Charlotte, when we go through the city of Charlotte. Tomorrow's adventure is really going to be all about the destination, and that's Savannah, Georgia. I've never been, but it's just a great old southern city with lots to see, beautiful public parks, and we're going to check them all out on the Spyder. I'm going to check them all out on foot as well. We're approaching North Carolina rest area, North Carolina Welcome Center. I'm going to pull into that Welcome Center because the sun is out. My rain gear, I think, has served its purpose. The temperature looks like it's above 60, which is great. And so I might catch a pleasant afternoon. And so what I'm going to do is check the weather forecast on my phone. Welcome to North Carolina, the state line. And if the forecast on my phone looks decent, then I'm going to strip off the rain gear. Oh, this is nice. I love the setting here. And this place is busy. So I'll see you again in Charlotte. Of course, it's raining again after I put my mesh gloves on because it warmed up. I took my rain jacket off, but this jacket's waterproof. But these gloves are not waterproof. They're mesh. So this is not pleasant for me. Just started, so it hasn't, like, hopefully this is a passing thing. It's kind of bright out, but this has been a kind of a, probably one of the least pleasant of my travel days. The GPS is giving me all sorts of screwy readings, telling me to go to roads I don't want to go to. There's Charlotte, North Carolina. I know I want to be on 77. This is saying, no, you want to be on 85. No, I do not. I don't know. It doesn't show me that the hotel that I'm staying at in Rock Hill exists. So it could be it's sending me to, like, I don't know, downtown Rock Hill, which is off this interstate. Maybe. But the jury's out on the Garmin. I don't use it enough to be familiar enough with it to do a full review on it. I thought I would do that at some point. It just wouldn't be fair. because if I did a review on it, it would not be flattering. I'm just so used to the intuitive and comprehensive, you know, the beauty of the Google Maps on the iPhone. It's just so simple. I've had Garmin products before, but this thing, I don't know. It's a Garmin Zumo XT, if you're wondering. I've done many videos using it. It's just been a while because of the winter. So that's Charlotte. We're not going through Charlotte. We're gonna just drive by it. So I don't know if we're gonna get better views of it than we are right now, and I hope you can even see it. I'm trying to like stay safe on this rainy highway and still give you good views. Now Charlotte is just north of the South Carolina border. Keeps doing that. We're 26 miles to Rock Hill, but I think we might be even less than that to my hotel, which is on this interstate, off this interstate, obviously. Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. We'll go by that tomorrow. Oh, perfect traffic while it's raining. Although it looks like it stopped or slowed down significantly. Oh, perfect. I get to park right underneath this bridge while we're in this traffic. I guess not for long. So I took the phone off the mount because I knew it'd be raining today. I've got a kind of a pouch that Quadlock makes that covers the phone, but I figured I've got the GPS. But if I had the phone, I know I could put, because I know it exists on my phone, because Google Maps is updated all the time, I could put in Hampton Inn, Rock Hill, and it would give me my destination to my hotel. Whereas this is giving me, I don't know, something else. And I don't even know, there's a live traffic thing here. I don't even know what that's all about. Welcome to South Carolina. So my exit is in 12 miles. While I couldn't find my hotel on this GPS, I could find a restaurant that I knew was near my hotel, so go figure. So tomorrow's video, the video that I'll be shooting tomorrow, the next scheduled video for you, will be pretty awesome because we're going to check out Savannah. We're going to ride through the most scenic parts of it. That's a nice welcome sign for a county. York County, welcome to South Carolina. I like it. So make sure you watch the next video. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you have any comments on anything we saw or anything we talked about, the fault code, which is still not appeared, which is, I guess, a good sign, please comment. If you're still one of those folks on the fence and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, whatever that does, I don't even know. And until we meet again in Savannah, you have a great day. Bye-bye.